Hello and a very good evening. Today is day 42, and I'm sure with every live broadcast, we have made it a habit for you as well to join this broadcast by repeating after us the count of the day. Before we get into the count of the day, I want to introduce my colleague Titash Mukherjee, along with Ronish Chhatra and Shuman Gupta. Four of us are here on the field. And of course, there is a reason behind it. Now repeat after me. This is day 42. Like always, we keep reminding people that today is the 42nd day since 9th of August 2024, the day when the entire nation was shocked by this brutal horror, not committed on one individual, committed on ourselves, on our very conscience, our faith and our beliefs. When a 31-year-old PGT doctor who was on duty and of course while sleeping, while resting, was brutalized. Possibly the worst kind of crime that can be committed on another human life was committed on her. And it's been 42 days that the family of that deceased doctor had been yearning for justice. It's been 42 days that a city and a state and a country had in one united voice erupted in demand for justice. It has been 42 days that investigation had been going on, and has been 42 days that people have not left the streets of Kolkata. While we had seen similar scenes during 2012, during the case of Nirbhaya, and unfortunately, almost 12 years later, people had found Nirbhaya too, immediately corrected themselves, gave her a different name, and immediately took it on themselves that it cannot be the human habit of keep naming one victim after the other as Nirbhaya 1, Nirbhaya 2, Nirbhaya 3. And make no mistake, since 9th of August 2024, there has been multiple other incidents across the country which have shamed us equally. And thus, the public protest which had erupted on the streets of Kolkata in demand for justice, in demand for accountability, in demand for stringent punishment, have not really left the attention of the common people. Today, on the 42nd day, the junior doctors of medical college and hospitals, not limited to Arjikor alone, who had been on a dharna pradarshani and a dharna demonstration outside the state health headquarters, Shastro Bhavan, for the past 9 days, have decided to call off that cease work partially and in graded manner to go back to their duties. Of course, through essential services first thing first. Yes, there had been a lot of criticism or against the junior doctors as whether after the demands were met, should they resume their duties in the interest of public health. But the protest and the demonstration had continued for the past 9 days outside Shastro Bhavan as junior doctors had been demanding a safer and a better environment at hospitals and workplaces for doctors so that there is not a second Tilottama or Abhaya or Nirbhaya 2 or the 31-year-old PGT doctor who is no more with us. Well, they have decided to call off the cease work, but with a caveat that their demand for justice would continue, their protest would continue, and they would also be continuing with their protest demonstrations at their respective medical colleges and hospitals. Owing to the ongoing flood situation across the state, they have decided to send, medical teams to the affected areas. And they have also decided to cater to the essential services. And thus, as they leave the Shastro Bhavan after 9 days today, they decided to end this march, at least in Salt Lake, for 42nd day by making a march from Shastro Bhavan to CBI office. Why CBI office? Because CBI is in charge of the investigation now. And it's been over 34 days or 35 days that the investigation is on. Who all have been arrested in connection with the brutal rape and murder? A. the principal accused Sanjay Rai, and that apart, very recently, Shundeep Ghosh, the former principal of Archikor, and former OC of Tala Police Station, Abhijit Mondol, have also been added in the same FIR of CBI. So total 3 people who have been arrested in connection with this brutal rape and murder. One was done by Kolkata police, 2 were later shown arrested by CBI. So obviously, today, as the junior doctors and others who have taken part in this protest march from Shastra Bhavan to CBI, they are saying, "Ar kotodin shomoy chai, jawab dao CBI." That's their slogan. How much more time do you need? Please respond CBI. We are reporting from Korunamul, which is in Bidhan Nagar, Solid. And right behind me, as you see, the bandobast changing with every passing second is purely because the rally has started. And the rally is slowly approaching Korunamul, the crucial junction. And from here, they would be marching towards the CBI office. And thereafter, they would be calling off this phase of protest demonstration. Make no mistake, as the junior doctors have insisted and harped over and over again, they are not calling off the protest, and that they will be keeping a close watch on the assurances and promises made by the state government as far as upgrading the security apparatus in the state medical colleges are concerned. And at this point in time, as I see the junior doctors have come down, they have approached Korunamoi. I will try and quickly catch hold of one of the junior doctors and let me see if I can speak to them. Bipresh, 1 second. Hi. So you're live on the broadcast, and after 9 days, you are making this march to CGO complex, the CBI office, and thereafter, in graded manner, you all would go back to your respective medical colleges and cater to essential services. How important is this march to CBI today, and what is your message to the people?
See, the nation already knows what happened on 9th of August 2024 at Arjikar Medical College. Next to that, Kolkata police took the charge of the investigation, and we were utterly disappointed with the way the investigation unfolded then. And all of us demanded for CBI investigation. We want to make one point clear here. Even if we ourselves demanded for CBI investigation, doesn't make this point that we're relying blindly on CBI. We're keeping our eyes on CBI because despite keeping faith on CBI, we want to make this point clear that we're not allowing them any free space to delay the investigation because we want to seek justice. We're here on this road, the entire nation, the entire state is here on the road for justice, for the sake of justice. So the justice should not be delayed. The proper investigation should be done quickly, as much as possible from their aspect. And we're looking forward to them. And we won't leave a single space for them to get relaxed in between.
Okay, now tell us something. Now that you all decide to go back to the duties and partially end your cease work, how is it going to be operational on the ground for the larger benefit of our viewers, those who depend on medical colleges for treatment? So, what are the kind of services you all would be giving?
See, we're getting back to our emergency essential services. To what is the definition of emergency essential services is varies depending on the department. Like in general emergency itself is an emergency. Uh, so the doctors who are working there still, that emergencies are still going on. But we, the junior doctors, will be joining our respective departmental emergencies. Like in few departments will be like doing ward duties, ward emergencies. In few departments will be like respective departmental emergencies, like pediatric emergency, like trauma emergencies.
What about OPD?
Yeah, OPDC. OPD in some departments they have only their OPDs. So that the SOP of respective departmental meetings are going on to decide their SOPs. Will come out with the decision and will inform our respective unit heads, departmental heads, as well as the director or the principals that what are the services going to provide from tomorrow morning.
So your protest, as far as medical college and hospitals are concerned, over there also the demonstration protest will continue.
Yeah.
How long will that continue?
our protests will continue, our duties will continue, as well as we'll try to do the best for the people of Bengal who are suffering due to the flood condition. We will do all these things simultaneously. And how long? How long? See, that depends. This entire this protest, this movement, always have been going through a very dynamic situation. So depending on the dynamics, depending on the situation, we'll decide further how we will take things to further.
Vipresh, I have been seeing you at the protest for the past 40 days, 42 days. You have also seen us on the ground, and I need to ask you this because there had been a lot of criticisms about junior doctor also. Today, when you say that your emergency services, your doctor's responsibility would also continue hand on hand with the protest, could this have been done before, like protest along with attending to duties without the siege work?
See, first of all, why why were declared to join our duties from today or tomorrow? Why? Because we had certain demands, we had certain issues, we had certain points which we always told in front of press, in front of media, in front of everyone. The security issues and certain issues regarding threat culture. We had frequent meetings with our government officials. Few days back, we also met with the Chief Secretary of West Bengal. He has assured us regarding certain security issues that we're keeping our faith on the government, on him. So, also regarding the flood condition of West Bengal, we have considered our decision as we have gotten certain assurances from the government as well as keeping the flood condition in mind. We have decided to join the duties.
Vipresh, I appreciate you giving your time to us, and I must admit that there are people who at times are critical of our reports. Uh, if we show patients are suffering, and it has been going on, but nonetheless, I do pray that you, along with all your junior doctors who have been there on the Dharna Pradarshani, take good care of your health. And I know it has been very, very difficult.
That feels very personal because I don't know whether everyone who has seen me 40 days back or seeing me now, they have seen the certain changes in our appearances, in our energy, whatever. We are already charged up to put up this protest, but yeah, things have been not that easy for us too on our health part too. But thank you for your concern.
No worries,
Thank you
no
so
worries.
much.
Being little elder to you all, I think this is just a word of care for you all. We do care for you all. Please do good in life, get back to duty, and of course, we are all looking forward to this demand for justice. We are all united in that. Thank you so much, Vipresh. Over to you, Titash. I know there is a lot of activity happening at the island.
That the junior doctors has taken up CTO complex at the moment. And the doctors are right behind here. They are also all protesting, and there have been. They have also maintained that they are going to continue with their protest, and although they are calling of partially withdrawing their cease work, partially withdrawing the cease work, they are sure to continue with their protest. It has been 42 days in the meantime, and they have said that they are going to continue with their protests, and they are going to, ask for justice and ask for, their demand for justice is going to persist. So, the movement which was continuing in front of Shastro Bhavan for so long is only going to, go to the various medical colleges across the state, and they are going to continue with their protests. The protest that have been ongoing for the past 42 days is going to continue. And the doctors who are at the helm of the who were at the helm of this protest movement, they are currently all of them are here. All of them are present. This is a basic demand which is asking for safe and conducive environment, safe and conducive workspace environment. We will try and catch up with some of the doctors who are present. Who are present. So currently, what's happening is you can hear the clamor for justice is simply echoing. We are under a metro station, and especially because this place is enclosed, the demand for justice is simply overflowing. It is increasing, and it is echoing with each passing minute, and and it is just going loud. The demand has only gotten louder with each passing second, each passing day over the last 42 ওকে ওকে ডক্টর আপনার এই প্রটেস্টে হেলমে শুরুর দিন থেকে ছিলেন আপনারা বলেছেন আপনাদের সিজ ওয়ার্কটি পার্শিয়ালি বন্ধ হচ্ছে কিন্তু এই প্রতিবাদটা চলবে
আমরা আমাদের 5 দফা দাবির যে আন্দোলন সেই নিয়ে আজকে 42 দিন ধরে রাস্তায় আছি। আমরা মাননীয় মুখ্যমন্ত্রীর সঙ্গে যখন আলোচনায় বসেছিলাম আমরা সেখান থেকে ছিনিয়ে এনেছি ডিএবি ডিএইচএস এর অপসারণ, আমরা ছিনিয়ে এনেছি ডিসি নর্থের অপসারণ এবং সর্বোপরি আমরা প্রমাণ করেছি কলকাতার নগরপাল হিসেবে বিনীত গোয়েল অ্যাবসলিউটলি ব্যর্থ। সেই জায়গা থেকে বিনীত গোয়েলের অপসারণ আমাদের আন্দোলনের আংশিক জয়। গতকাল আমরা বারংবার যে দাবি রেখেছিলাম যে নিরাপত্তা এবং আমরা বিন্দুমাত্র সুরক্ষিত নই আমাদের কর্মক্ষেত্রে, গতকালের যে ডিরেক্টিভ গভর্নমেন্ট অফ ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গল দিয়েছেন তা আমরা একটা সদর্থক ভূমিকা, একটা সদর্থক পদক্ষেপ হিসেবে দেখছি। কিন্তু তারপরে আমরা মনে করে দিতে চাই যে এই সদর্থক ভূমিকাগুলির প্রত্যুত্তর হিসেবে আমরা আজকে আমাদের অবস্থান তুললাম এবং আংশিকভাবে শুধুমাত্র এসেন্সিয়াল সার্ভিস জয়েনের মাধ্যমে আমরা কর্মবিরতিকে আংশিকভাবে তুলে নিয়েছি। কিন্তু আমরা মনে করে দিতে চাই আগামী 2 সপ্তাহ আমাদের সবার নজর থাকবে গভর্নমেন্টের ওপর, আমাদের সবার নজর থাকবে প্রশাসনের ওপর, আমাদের সবার নজর থাকবে সিবিআই এর ওপর। আজকের সিবিআই অভিযান সেই নজর রাখারই একটা প্রাথমিক পদক্ষেপ। এই 2 সপ্তাহের মধ্যে যদি কোনো কংক্রিট পদক্ষেপ আমরা দেখতে না পাই আমাদের আন্দোলনে আমরা আবার রাস্তায় নামবো। এই 2 সপ্তাহ আমরা রাস্তাতেই থাকবো, কিন্তু এরপরে যদি কোনো পদক্ষেপ না নেওয়া হয়, কোনো সদর্থক ভূমিকা নিয়ে যদি আমরা সন্তুষ্ট না হই, এই আন্দোলন যেভাবে তীব্রতর হবে তার দায় থাকবে সরকারের উপর, সিবিআই এর উপর।
এই 2 সপ্তাহ সময়টা যে আপনারা দিচ্ছেন এরপরে আপনারা আবার ওই এরকম সিজ ওয়ার্কে আবার কন্টিনিউ ফিরে আসবেন
আমরা এই 2 সপ্তাহে প্রশাসনের তরফ থেকে সিবিআই এর তরফ থেকে এক্স্যাক্টলি কি কি পদক্ষেপ নেওয়া হয়েছে তার দিকে নজরে রাখবো। আমাদের যদি মনে হয় অভয়ের ন্যায় বিচারের দাবি আরো দীর্ঘস্থায়ী হচ্ছে, আমাদের যদি মনে হয় প্রশাসন শুধুমাত্র নামে মাত্র একটা ডিরেক্টিভ দিয়ে কাজ উসুল করে ফেলতে চাইছেন, আমরা যদি মনে করি যে প্রশাসন 2019-এর পরিবহর ঘটনার পরেও যেরকম গা ছাড়া মনোভাব দেখিয়েছিলেন, আরেকবার তার যদি কোনোমাত্র আমরা বিন্দুমাত্র আশ্বাস পাই, আভাস পাই, আমরা কিন্তু আমাদের আন্দোলনকে আরো তীব্রতর করতে বাধ্য হব।
আজকে ম্যাম এই মিছিলটার পর থেকে আপনারা সিজিও কমপ্লেক্স থেকে কি নিজেদের কলেজে ফেরত চলে যাবেন?
আমরা সিজিও কমপ্লেক্স থেকে অনেকগুলি টিম তৈরি করা হয়েছে, সেখান থেকে আমরা সরাসরি রওনা দেব। বন্যা কবলিত যে মানুষ তারা যে দুর্ভোগের মধ্যে আছেন সেই দুর্ভোগের মানুষগুলির পাশে দাঁড়াতে আমাদের ত্রাণ সামগ্রী, আমাদের অভয়া ক্লিনিক কমপ্লিটলি রেডি করা আছে। কিছু টিম সেই উদ্দেশ্যে রওনা দেবে, বাকিরা আমরা শুধুমাত্র এসেন্সিয়াল সার্ভিস জয়েন করছি এবং পরবর্তীতেও এই বন্যা কবলিত মানুষগুলির পাশে দাঁড়ানো এবং অভয়া ক্লিনিক এবং ত্রাণ সামগ্রী নিয়ে তাদেরকে পাশাপাশি তাদের পাশে পৌঁছে যাওয়া, এটা আমরা এসেন্সিয়াল সার্ভিস শুরু করার পাশাপাশি কন্টিনিউ করবো।
ম্যাম একটা আমার প্রশ্ন ছিল, লাস্ট প্রশ্ন, এই যে আপনাদের এতদিন কর্মবিরতি চলছে তাতে অনেক লোক বলছে যে পেশেন্ট যারা আসছে ট্রিটমেন্টের জন্য তাদের অসুবিধা হচ্ছে।
আমাদের 42 দিনের কর্মবিরতিতে সব থেকে বেশি যদি আমাদের কারোর প্রতি ঋণ থাকে তাহলে আমাদের সিনিয়র ডাক্তারদের প্রতি। রাজ্যে জুনিয়র ডাক্তারদের সংখ্যা 7,500। বাকি যারা সিনিয়র ডাক্তার আছেন তারা এই সময় যেভাবে আমাদের পাশে এসে দাঁড়িয়েছেন, যেভাবে ওয়ার্ডে নেমে ব্লাড টেনেছেন, আউটডোরে ঘন্টার পর ঘন্টা পেশেন্ট দেখেছেন এবং তারপরেও বলেছেন যে তোরা তাদের লড়াইটা চালিয়ে যা, আমরা পাশে আছি, যতদিন আমাদেরকে এভাবে কাজ করতে হয় আমরা করব। আমরা আজীবন কৃতজ্ঞ থাকবো তাদের প্রতি। প্রত্যেকটি সরকারি মেডিকেল কলেজ এবং হাসপাতালগুলিতে, প্রত্যেকটি সরকারি স্বাস্থ্য পরিষেবা চালু ছিল, আছে এবং থাকবেও।
So that was Dr. Rumelika. So she said she was one of the faces that spearheaded the movement for these days, and now she's saying that they are en route to CGO complex, and once they reach CGO complex, from there they would decide and move out for their further course of action, that is move out to their respective medical colleges.
Thank you so much, Titash. We will have to connect to voices from the ground because you have to understand, after all, voices coming from the ground reflect the pulse of the people, the armed army, the common man, often ignored, often taken for granted. But then these people have tried ensuring that the demand for justice is not taken for granted today, tomorrow, or ever. Right behind me, the bandobas that you see is because the rally is slowly approaching towards the CBI office. There is a bandobas done by Bidhannagar police just to ensure nothing untoward happens. But as I see the protest rally coming closer towards the CBI office, I'm also in a way hearing this, this slogan which is almost filling in the air. Hok, hok, hok Pratibad. Yes, you have heard this slogan, hok, hok, hok Kolarov. This hok, hok, hok Kolarov as a sloganeering was almost like synonymous and signature of student protests coming in from university campuses. There is a small tweaking. And as I see, it's a hok, hok, hok Pratibad that has now started, which is almost filling in the air. And what does it translate immediately? Let there be protest. Let the protest not die down. And what is the messaging as they take this slogan today? It is essentially a messaging that they are trying to communicate to the people that we are not done with this protest. While the junior doctors end their cease work and get back to their respective medical colleges owing to the flood situation and also cater to emergency and essential services. But nonetheless, as far as the protest demonstration is concerned, the junior doctors have made it very, very clear that that protest demonstration would continue at their respective medical colleges and hospitals. So yes, at Corona Mohimo Junction, this is how the scene looks like. There are hundreds of people, junior doctors, people who have just come in from different walks of life to in a way show their solidarity and be part of this protest march, which has started from Shastra Bhavan en route to the CBI office. Absolutely, as you hear that they are raising the slogan, "We want justice, we want justice," and there are multiple Indian flags. There are multiple Indian flags which are essentially leading the protest rally. The Indian flags which are there at the forefront is of a very strong symbolic messaging for the country. That this movement is just not Kolkata's movement. This fight of people is just not limited to the people of Kolkata or to the people of Bengal. The very fact there had been multiple incidents of rapes and gang rapes even after Arjikor incident, it has only compelled people to raise this question as far as women's security across the country is concerned. Where are we going wrong? How bestial the people are who are committing these heinous crimes on women. And there lies the larger question. And that larger question is also finding its resonance out here as they say that accountability has to be fixed irrespective of who is investigating the matter, and stringent punishment has to be given to whoever commits such heinous crime so that such punishment acts as a deterrent for perpetual offenders or for those who are mentally so pervasive and sickening that can even resort to the thought process of committing such a heinous crime on another human life. So obviously at this point in time, the people are marching towards CBI, and there are hundreds of people who are matching this footstep, and there are sloganeering which is going on. There are people who are raising the same slogan as a mark of unison, as a mark of solidarity when they say, "We want justice, we demand justice, we want justice." At this juncture, as I see the people, if I can just go slightly closer to the rally and see if I can get to speak to people, there are many people who are literally holding their hands like a human chain as a mark of support, as a mark of solidarity, one and all, holding their hands with each other, and they are trying to, in a way, assert their unison and their fight, which they are fighting together. At this juncture, I do see, ma'am, I've been seeing you from day one. Today, as you all march towards CBI, we know that junior doctors would be, in a graded manner, go back to work. But is the protest over, or it would continue?
So it's not over. The protest will be continued, but whatever we were in Shasthavan, but that will not from today. We are going to give a deputation to the CBI office. After that, we will get back to our college, and then we will continue our protest.
Ma'am, আপনারা যে হাতে হাত ধরে হাঁটছেন, that also has a messaging.
Obviously, that this is the Manav Bandhani is called, and this human chain is actually significant that we all are together to get justice and here to give the justice to our elder sister.
Manav Bandhon, a human chain and kind of at unison. I will try and speak with more people. From day one, I've been seeing you all, and today is day 42. While you all would be going back to the medical colleges, you have decided to go back to your duty in a graded manner. But then, what is that one lesson that you have learned?
See, first of all, it might have been day 42 today, but our movement is not stopping here. What we are doing is we are taking a movement into a different form. First, we have to stand by the people who have stood by us because there is a flood situation and an emergency situation in West Bengal. That is why we decided to join the emergency so that we can provide relief. And also, we are organizing Abhaya Relief Fund and Abhaya Clinic in the flood hit affected areas so that we can provide relief there. In the meantime, we are taking our movement to in a different way, different direction until and unless our 5-point demands are met and the justice is served.
Okay, well, now that you say that you would be going back to your duty and also give health service, at the same time, hand on hand the progress would continue. Many who have been upset that junior doctors should have gone back to work, who have been slightly critical that why are they not coming back to work because common people are suffering, poor people are suffering. Could this have been done before? Could this thought have dawned before that you can protest but also be on duty?
Contrary to that, what we have got the input that so many people were with us because 2 days, 3 days before we had a rally here only with some massive crowd, almost 25 to 30,000 crowd was here. So this is how we responded, and we didn't have any demands met at that point of time. We have few demands met. Lots of them are still left, which are related to security and threat culture, which are eminent in the medical colleges. Still, from that thing also, we have decided to join the duty because there is emergency situation. That is why we are joining emergency only. And for the people who have stood by us, for the people who have been with us, for their thought from our heart, we wanted to work for them.
I get to hear this slogan, Ar Kotodin Shomai Chai Jawab Dao CBI. What's your appeal or message to CBI today?
Our appeal and message to CBI is simple: that you have been assigned a task by Supreme Court. You do it quickly, you do it flawlessly, you do it quickly so that the justice could be served in a quick and transparent manner. That is all we were wanting.
Okay, how long are you all willing to wait? How long you are willing to wait?
We will continue to protest unless and until justice for Abhaya is served because the common people, the women of the state are looking at us because it is a matter of security and safety for women at work as well. Rather than taking it as a single thing that it is safety of a doctor, we think that it is also related to the matter of safety of all the women who are working day and night.
Okay, but I forgot your name. I'm so sorry. I've been meeting so many people.
Dr. Akib Ashraf.
Dr. Akivers, I can only say take good care of your health. And you all have been out there under the heat and the sun. And of course, I'm sure it is very draining as far as health is concerned. So please have water, hydrate yourself, take care of yourself, and then get back to work. And I can only say take care of yourself. Thank you so much. So as you see, all these people who are marching towards CBI, they are not they are not mincing their word. They are not mincing their word, and they're saying that it is important to communicate this message that while the investigation is there with the CBI and they are keeping their faith on the investigating agency, but they are also making it very, very clear that they are not taking their eyes off from the principal demand, which is demand for justice for the doctor who is no more with us. At this point in time, as I said, it's been over 35 days that the investigation is there with CBI. The matter is with Supreme Court. Supreme Court has heard the matter for 4 times, and obviously the matter is expected to come up once again in the coming week. I would want to toss it to my colleague Titash. Titash, let's connect with more people, get us more voices, and give us the pulse of the. Titash, over to you.
So, as Kunal said, this movement has continued since August 9th. Since August 9th, since the day the brutal and the heinous crime of rape and murder was committed. So since then, these people have taken to the streets. The protesting junior doctors, a West Bengal junior doctor front, they had taken this rally out onto the street, asking for justice for a life so brutally cut short. And not just that, they have also mentioned that it is not possible for them to resume their duties and go back to work and serve the people as long as they themselves do not feel safe, do not think that the situation is conducive enough for them to treat the patients. Having said that, the doctors have been protesting and there have been two rounds of talks that were held with the authorities. First one was with West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, and the second one was with Chief Secretary Manoj Pandey. And following and since then, the doctors have said that they have partially gotten their demands to be heard by the authorities. But then, some other demands remain inconclusive, as they have said. So, seeking justice, they have only clamored and asked for those demands. So, we just try and connect with some people over here, and we will talk. Dr. you have been a part of this rally and one of the pivotal faces of this rally since the very first day. Today is the 42nd day. Today is the 42nd day that we are going towards CGO. And what is your further course of movement from there?
See,
To see that young doctors such as you have been there on the streets for 42 days now. The streets.
Titash,
আমাকে স্টেজ করো অর্কদা আমাকে স্টেজে নিয়ে নাও to Dr. Kinshaw, they have all said that they have been protesting since the very first day, since August 9th, since the heinous crime of and murder happened. It has been 42 days since, and they have said that the protests are not over as yet. The protests are going to continue. Today they are moving towards CGO complex. Over there, they are going to seek accountability from the central agency who has been probing into this heinous crime of rape and murder, along with the case of financial irregularities that were flagged by the students. Now, the students have said that although they have partially lifted the cease work, over the next 2 weeks, they are going to keep a close work on the functioning of the CBI as well as the West Bengal government. They say that the government has given them a list of assurances, but then how to drive those assurances to fruition or the completion of these assurances still lie pending. So they have stated that over the next 2 weeks, they are going to, look into how these assurances are, kind of completed. And at the same time, they said that if the government does not act as promised, or if the CGI fails to come up with something comprehensive, then they are once again going to cease work and take to the streets. This has clearly been mentioned by the doctors. So now they have said that there are vehicles already waiting. Once they reach the CGO complex, they are going to go back to their respective medical colleges. From there, a team is going to go to the flood-affected areas of West Bengal and flood-affected areas of West Bengal, and they are going to treat the people who have been, who are suffering from the flood under the banner of Abhaya Clinic. They are going to go with relief materials and going to help those people. At the same time, a portion of the protesting doctors are going to go back to the hospitals and resume with their essential services from Saturday. But then it has again been mentioned that the protests are going to continue, sloganeering is going to continue, it is going to continue in their respective medical colleges, and the demand for justice is only going to get louder by the minute. But after the two week period that they have given the government or to the authorities, the 2 week period after that, they will most definitely see if the situation is not conducive enough. They are going to go back to their duties. So now we are kind of trying to gauge the CGO complex. Once we move to the right, CGO complex happens to fall over there. But now, for now, we see that this rally is slowly progressing. This rally that was, headed by the medics over here, it is essentially going to get louder. It is louder with each passing minute. And today, many from the entertainment industry, from the other sectors of the industry, they are also they have also.
Well, we are just dealing with a poor bandwidth at this point in time, and I guess I'm visible. Am I audible also, viewers? If you can kindly let us know, would be very, very kind of you all. Am I audible and visible? All right. So yes, the protest march is currently underway, and if I can just quickly reverse my camera and show you, look here. The protest is still on, and of course, they are marching towards the CBI office. Now, there are hundreds of people who have come down, and these people are all raising that same one united slogan that they demand justice for the doctor who is no more. Mind it, this is just not limited to junior doctors or people from the medical fraternity. There are several people who have assembled here from different walks of life, and they too have joined this protest rally, which they say is just not trying to ensure safety and security for doctors, but one and all. It is for the safety and security for women from all walks of life, and that's why many people from different walks of life have come down. Some have come down with their families. It's unfortunate that we can't really go a little behind, because there is a larger fear of losing bandwidth. So we're trying to ensure that you at least get to see the visuals. As you see those two small vehicles trying to, in a way, escort the protest rally, there are hundreds of people who are walking behind those two small vans, those matador vans, and there are people who are also waving the Indian flag up in the air, as they say it is one flag which is united people in this fight for justice. Is the network fine? Is the network okay, producer? All right, so obviously, again, I'm being told the network is a concern, and that's why I'm being told to change the location. Well, at this point in time, as I said, there are hundreds of people who have come down, and they're all, in a way, giving out our united fight, fight for justice. As you see these people march, as you see these people match the march towards CBI. They're saying that this was never a fight. Blue phone. Web to the other phone, please. See me on Shumon's output. All right, can you see me? All right, okay. So let's continue with the viewers. If you're feeling the inconvenience of such technical interruptions. So at this juncture, as you see, the protest rally is slowly moving towards the CBI office. There are hundreds of people who have assembled. As I was saying, doctors, the people from different walks of life have also come down, and they're also in a way matching this march. What they say from day one, that this wasn't and this isn't a march of pride, but rather it's a walk of shame. It's a march of shame that they have to take to the street demanding justice for a cause of this kind, where a human life a human life is so inhumanly brutalized and, of course, maimed. I do see people, sir. You all want justice. Where are you from? Just say me this much. Are you a doctor?
Yeah, we have SSK.
You're from SSK. You're also from SSK, ma'am. Okay. Have you been camping outside Shastra Bhavan? You've just come for.
No. We have since past 40 days we are camping in Swasthya Bhavan. All our demands are not yet met. They partially met, but not yet fully met. So
Okay.
we will continue this. We will be doing partial ceasefire. We will continue this until we get the justice.
And this march to CBI office, what is the message to CBI?
We want the justice. We want the investigation to go further. We want the justice. We want to see the full justice now.
Okay. So we want to see full justice. We want to see justice being done to a bereaved family. We want to see justice being done to the fallen doctor. We also want to see justice being done to all those people who have united in this fight as a united fight for justice. So I want to toss it back to my colleague Titash. Titash, if you're in a better bandwidth, take it over from here. Let's talk to more people and connect to their feelings.
Absolutely, Tamal. So, it is a very highly emotive situation, and it is a very emotionally charged up situation over here, because everyone that has come down over here has, only and only asked for justice. Some have said that we are looking for a conducive workspace environment. At the same time, many have said that, we cannot simply go back to work or resume our duties when we ourselves do not feel safe. What is the guarantee that what has happened to the fallen doctor will not happen to us as well? So, having said that, the doctors have said that at the same time, we also have asked the authorities that we need a period of 14 days. We need at least 14 days so that we know what exactly is happening and how things are going to transpire from it. But at the moment, the rally is right behind me, and the rally has only gotten, and it is only swollen in power with each passing minute. So, that they are moving, and you can see that the slogans that are being raised over here, they are all slogans which say justice for Arjikot. They are all slogans which say we are demanding justice. Sir, can I just talk to you for a minute? Sir, are you a doctor? You were also camping outside Shastra Bhavan for so many days.
Yes.
Okay. So, sir, today is the 42nd day, and you guys are moving towards CGO complex at the moment. With what hope are you going to the Central Agency's office?
We just want the situation as early as possible and file the case. That's what we want. Nothing more than that.
So, from which college are you?
I am from SSK.
Okay. So from SSKM, there has been a delegation, and there have also, reports which have that common people are, bearing the brunt of this protest, and common people are
Yes,
not getting treatment.
No. That's a false news propaganda. Most our senior teachers and in-service candidates are working day and night.
We also have the data of how many patients have attended the OPDs, how many elective OTs have been done. We have the entire data. So it is a false fact which has been presented in the media from some sources, some miscreant sources that who want to break this protest. That is totally a wrong claim, I would say.
Everyone has also, sided with you in this demand for protest. And
Yes.
so many here. It's like I said, it's been 42 days, and
Yes.
today the demand is accountability from the CBI.
Yes.
Since after the CGO complex rally, what is the further course of action?
The further course of action is that we have already declared in our statement that we will be joining the duties from tomorrow. and we will be resuming our duties, but we will be continuing our protest as well because our fundamental demand was getting justice for Abhaya, which is still pending. So we trust the CBI. It is not that we do not trust the CBI, but we hope that we get it early as possible.
So this is the demand which has been raised by almost one and all. That is swift justice, who was a fallen doctor who was, brutally raped and murdered on time. So there are many doctors over here who have come down from the protest, and we will also try to connect. Okay, we see Dr. Devashish is here, and he is currently being interacting with the common people who have, like I said, this is a very emotive environment and a very emotionally charged up situation to have come here to congratulate him. Devashish, you have been walking. Dr. Devashish has been walking you've been a part of the protest since the last 42 days. Today you are going to CGO complex. Today you are going to the CGO complex. What is the further course of movement from here?
Our further course of movement we already discussed from our previous press release that we are withdrawing from our CIS work partially. We are joining our work in the essential services. We will continue our sit-in demonstration in individual in respective colleges like previous, and we will go to the flood affected areas as Avaya clinic as medical team and for relief, and that is also a form of our protest. That is also a form of our protest. We will continue like that. We will wait for the 27th hearing. We will wait the state minister to implement the directive which they have assured us that they will implement. We will see, and if they will not meet our demands, we will further intensify our movement also.
Dr. Devashish, I have to ask this question, which is, if the Supreme Court hearing is conducive and if you see that over the next 2 days your demands are being met, are you going to in full capacity resume your duties then?
Our any decision we will take, it will be decided by a general body meeting of every representatives from every college. So I cannot comment it here for now because even Supreme Court CGI have to wait for our GB. So I also have to wait for our GB.
So, have the authorities responded to most of your demands?
They mostly they two previous Navanno, their demands are logical, but they express that many of our demands they cannot fulfill right now because there are many what say they have been forced to something not to meet the demand actually.
So, we spoke to Dr. Devashish Haldar. He has been one of the spearheading the movement.
So thank you, Titash. We are trying to speak to as many people as possible, as many voices as possible. And also, I would, let me see if I can go that side. I have been observing three people, three women rather. They have been very patiently been walking. Hello, ma'am. Hi, I am Kamal. We are live on the broadcast now. Are you all doctors? Okay, but you have come here for the protest. What's your name, ma'am?
I'm Tonika.
Sorry?
Tonika.
Okay. How important is this march? And also, if you don't mind saying as what you do, if you're not a doctor, can you please walk with us?
Um, so I'm a professor, and of course, this is a very important protest for me. Right? It's a very important issue for me.
It's important for me as well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So, this march to CBI, what is that you would want to say to the agency, to the government, to people, to administration, to authority, as how it's day 42? How long are you all willing to wait?
See, I believe that the investigation should happen properly with whatever the legal requirements are, etc. So I'm not sure about how long that might take. So, of course, there's one side of it that to hasten it, but there is another side of it to make it absolutely foolproof. So it should be foolproof, right?
Truth is important.
Yeah, truth is absolutely important over here. Not to come to a conclusion just for the sake of it.
I'm so glad you said that. It's not a quick fix solution, and you can't just jump into a conclusion and prejudice the investigation.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am, you're a professor. You are there in the business of educating people. I'm sorry I'm saying business, but I'm saying you're there in the job of education.
It's not too far from the truth.
Yes, well, while you are trying to educate people, and you're not the only teacher, we are all teachers in some ways or forms. Where are we all going wrong? That we have not been able to eradicate this malice from the society. Where are we all going wrong?
Yeah, that's a very deep question. I don't
You can
think
give me a shallow answer.
yeah. I don't think it has a quick fix answer, just like the investigation cannot be a quick fix, right? So, what you ask is a much bigger question that we need to understand where are we going wrong with respect to education, and this is not university education that we are talking about, right? We are talking about school education. That's where moralities and
That's where the
sensibilities
germ
are
first
formed.
forms.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. What's your name? I'm so sorry. What's your name?
My name is Rijula.
Rijula, I have been seeing you walk from Karunamaya and even beyond. Is it the first time you're walking this march?
This is the third time.
Regular, third time.
Yeah.
Okay. You're sweating profusely. Uh,
Everybody is.
everybody is. So, is it a messaging to one and all that we can bear this sweat, but we can't bear this malice anymore?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would say that this is nothing in front of the protest that has been going on since last 1.5 months almost. So the sweat and toil is, I just hope that we get a fruitful result against this. And this is nothing. I think I'm just, I'm just doing minimum what I could do. But I have my full support and empathy for the students who've been here day and night, and for something which is a larger cause, for a larger cause, and for the society. And everybody should actually take it really seriously. It's not only a students forum who's actually going to take it for a long. We all have to participate in it equally, to support them.
Now that you see the fight and you yourself have participated in this movement, in this protest march, multiple occasions, does it give you some amount of satisfaction? No one can undo what has happened. I wish that never had happened. But does it give you any moral satisfaction that maybe the moral compass of the society is not completely lost?
First and foremost, I would like to say here that I'm a mother of a 16-year-old son, and I would definitely say I'm extremely proud of our next generation, who actually, they are cleaning the menace that has been caused by our generation and maybe one generation before us. So, hats off to them. I would just keep on saying that I would not lose hope. I am very hopeful that because of this protest, because of this generation, we will definitely we're going to see justice.
Absolutely, we all have faith in ourselves, and the very fact that you have all come out in demand for justice, it doesn't make it a fight of one generation or one individual or people from one category like doctors. It is the people's fight. But then finally, before I let you go, how unfortunate is this? After Arjikor incident happened on 9th of August, there had been no less than 18 to 20 cases across the country. I mean, a case like Arjikor had shocked the entire country. The entire nation was up in arms protesting. And in the meantime, such incidents kept on happening. And honestly speaking, I don't know what to ask, what to do now.
This is all what we can do, because we are the ones who are to be blamed, because we did not protest from the beginning. This is not only Arjikor case. For before Arjikor, we had Nirbhaya case also happening. So it is not that after Arjikor case we are getting to know, because people have come out. So there are many people who are actually getting a lot of courage also because of this protest, and hence we are getting to know about so many cases. But it does not mean that before Arjikor these cases were not happening. It has been happening throughout, all the time it has been happening. But now we are getting to know about them. So I think the only way out is what we are doing right now, and we have to keep it on till the time we get justice. And henceforward, I think it should be a red flag for all of us that we should not tolerate at any point of time any kind of injustice happening with anyone whatsoever.
Absolutely, Mishula, I am with you on this. And when people say in such a vocal manner that we are not here to accept the injustice anymore, it is essentially a messaging that please do not take us for granted. If there is a crime, the crime has to be eradicated, because while we want to make this world a better place for myself, for my family, for my friends and all, we also have to leave our world for generations after us, and it might not be in the best interest of one and all that we cohabitate with rapists, and especially those who do not respect another human life. From day one, before I toss it to Titash, from day one, since we got into this story, since the time we have learned the horrific details of this very incident, we have been running this campaign, hang the rapists. Many people have questioned our intent. Is it fair? Is capital punishment answer to the question? Well, I don't know what the answer is. I know as a matter of fact, the crime had been going on over and over and over again. And that is what is unacceptable. If we haven't spoken in the past, doesn't mean we won't speak now. And if we're speaking now, it only means that we will speak again and again and again every time it happens, so that the criminal too doesn't take us for granted. Titash, as I speak to women, men, young people out here, I'm getting a sense of disquiet, if I can put it that way, disquiet. Even after 42 days, it's far from any kind of settlement. And the angst is palpable on the ground. As 42 days have passed by, it's not about one protest. This protest sees work being called off or sees work continuing. No. The fact that 42 days have passed by, it is a matter of angst for many people. Are you sensing the same, Titash?
Absolutely, Tamal. We have spoken to a number of people, and there's a sense of looming. Everyone is looking for some sort of a closure. Everyone is looking for some sort of a situation where it kind of feels like justice is being kind of meted, or a situation where people feel a little bit more secure, a little bit more safe, given the circumstances that have transpired since the August 9th heinous, brutal rape and murder. So doctors here, common people present over here, all of them have unequivocally stated that everyone over here is asking for justice, and there are many people, not just doctors, who have come down over here, and we would talk to some people also. Sir, you're wearing a t-shirt. आप t-shirt पहने उस पे लिखा हुआ है आर कोबे. आज 42 days हो गया है since the brutal rape and murder, and you're going towards CBI. You're seeking accountability from them.
Yeah, we are just giving a reputation to them that we are waiting patiently for the justice to be served, and we have entire faith on CBI. It's a reiteration of the same. We are not forcing them to bring out justice quickly. Justice should be served in its own time, but it's just a silent reminder that we are all with them, and we are all patiently waiting for the justice. That's all.
So your t-shirt says R Kobe.
Yeah.
Many people that I've spoken to today, most of them have said when. Ibar Kobe. Everyone is looking for some sort of closure in this whole situation. It almost feels like a personal loss. Something it could have happened to my daughter, something could have happened to my sister. So, there's this feeling that people are asking R Kobe.
Yeah. So I think everybody needs to be on caution, and this incident has woken up an entire state in its own wake, and everything that has happened since 9th of August is a reawakening. It's a new chapter in the history of West Bengal, and we are all a part of it. And each day, a new person is joining this movement. And this movement is for justice with no color, only one motto, that is justice. And we are all waiting patiently. And this slogan is just for that. And I guess you are all waiting for the same. And those who will be listening to this will be waiting for the same. We have all the same question in our mind, and we are all protesting in our own way. That's
sir, do you think it is unfortunate that we have to wait for incidents like Tilottama or Nirbhaya to happen to actually question this rot that has existed in the society?
No, absolutely not. That's why that's what formed the part of our 5-point demands, which we have mostly achieved. Few of them are still left to be achieved. But that's that prevention is always better than the cure. So that's what we don't want any more Abhaya, Nirbhaya in the future. We want a safe society for all of us. And that's what this fight is for. It's not for anything else.
Sir, you were present at the Shastra Bhavan,
Yeah, yes.
And you're from which college, sir?
SSKM, IPG.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, if you
Debaditya Roy. Yeah.
So we spoke to Dr. Debaditya Roy. He said that, prevention is better than cure. I asked him that, is it fair that we have to wait for unfortunate, heart-wrenching incidents such as Nirbhaya, such as Tilottama, such as Abhaya to happen, to actually act, to question the rot in the society? So he said that prevention is better than cure. Yes, of course, there have been situations where we as citizens, as coexisting people in this society, have, kind of overlooked such practices. But what has happened is, he's saying at this moment we are trying to question people. At this moment we have taken to the streets. We are trying to talk to people because the only demand being that is demanding for justice. We want a society where it is conducive enough, where people feel safe enough. Ma'am, ma'am, I saw you আপনি মিছিলে শুরু থেকেই হাঁটছিলেন. We saw you were walking in the rally since the very beginning. Today is the 42nd day, sir. Many people are wearing Arijit Singh's famous T-shirt which says "Aar Kobe." Everyone is asking for justice. Today, you're going to the CBI. You're asking for accountability.
Yes, we want to ensure that CBI can do this as fast as possible. We know they have to get to the roots of this. It has to be ensured that the actual heads are held accountable. So, yes, the time that they require will be given, but we are with them. We are also keeping a watch on them, and we want to remind them that everyone is waiting for justice.
So this is essentially like a reminder to CBI that okay, you could be doing the investigation, but we are keeping a close watch on your moves.
Yes, and we are like the whole public of West Bengal is deeply invested in this. This case cannot be like previous other cases which we have seen. That's why we want to keep reminding CBI. This has to be dealt with as fast as possible.
So what is unfortunate is since this Abhaya or Tilottama came to the surface, over 20 cases of brutal rape and murder have come to the headlines only. So you can imagine the condition or the society that we're existing in. It has become so unsafe.
Yes, and I would like to say that these numbers, the frequency of rape and murders, these were continuing. Ever since Abhaya's case came to the forefront, these cases have been highlighted more. And we as a society should realize the alarming frequency of these, and it has to be, the system has to be held accountable, not the victims at all, ever. And this mindset has to change in our society.
So you are saying this victim shaming must stop. Mane kichu hole we get to say okay, the girl was going, she was that night, why was she alone? Why was she wearing short clothes? So it becomes that the victim is responsible for the crime.
That is definitely one aspect, and the other aspect that the how rape is used as a weapon. This also has to change in our society.
So which medical college are you?
I am from SSK.
Okay, and you were also present at the Shastra Bhavan sitting?
Yeah, definitely. We were present like alternate days over the all nights. Initially, it was tough without the equipment and all, but then people came out in large numbers to support us.
Thank you. So you see that people are saying that the demand is not just for a safe environment, but the demand is for a situation where people should not feel afraid of a crime which is as heinous as rape. Because when I say this, and I say this very responsibly, be it man, be it woman, be it a transgender individual, everyone has the right to live, coexist, and pursue that professional pursuit in a society which is safe and conducive, and it gives them an environment where they can unabashedly chase their passion. That girl, she had completed a 36-hour-long shift, and she had gone to sleep in a room. Can you imagine? I personally fail to wrap my brains around that particular moment. It is mind-numbing that she was kind of attacked at a moment when she was at her weakest. And since that particular case has come to the fore, there have been many cases of rape and murder that too have surfaced. So the question over here is, the larger question over here is that as a society, we must work towards, a future which is more inclusive, which is more conducive, and which shames crimes like rape, and which kind of makes people or rapists accountable for their actions. So, the doctors present over here are saying that today's march at the, at the head of the 42nd day of their movement to the CGO complex, at the CGO complex, everyone is saying that, although the CBI is kind of investigating into this case, and we do trust the process that the CBI has taken, CBI has taken. But then it is a reminder to the CBI that no matter what is being done, no matter what is being done, we are keeping a close watch. The students, the common people are saying that they are keeping a close watch at what the CBI has been investigating or what comprehensive facts or measures they are going to take in the near future. Okay. So the rally is currently progressing. We can see that holding Indian flags and posters and chanting loud slogans of "We want justice." The rally is only moving towards CGO complex. From here, the rally is going to CGO complex. From CGO complex, the students of the doctor bodies, they are going to break up into their different groups and go back to their medical colleges, and from there a part is going to go to the Abhaya clinics, which is has been set up to take care to take care of the flood affected areas, to keep.
Well, thank you so much, Titash. As the dusk has quietly settled in, please understand the dusk on our anxiety, on our anger, is far from settling down. The night might settle down following the dusk, but the night can be very, very long without justice in hand. And that's the reason people are saying that, be it the morning heat or the evening dusk, or for that matter, the darkness of the night, the chorus of "We want justice" would illuminate the dark nights. As people say, the resolve has only gotten stronger with every passing day. Hundreds of people who have come down, they're now slowly marching towards the CBI office. From this very lane, taking a right towards CGO complex, you reach towards the CBI office. And over there, all the protesters, the junior doctors, plan to assemble to register their protest, as they say, "Ar kotodin shomoy chai, jobab dao CBI." How much more time do you want? Do respond, please, CBI. So there are protesters, there are junior doctors, people who have just come from different walks of life. Some were professors, some are teachers, some are family people who have just come down with their families, because they're trying to harp and stress on the fact that this is just not limited to one individual, this is not limited to one group of people, this is essentially covering the entire society that we're all part of. And that's the reason, notwithstanding as what could be in the future, they are saying, let us try and make an effort to script our own future. Could there be a future where there happens a world without rapists? Well, the try has only begun. And that's the reason people who have taken to the street are slowly marching towards the CBI office. And at this juncture, hundreds of people are planning to assemble here. Of course, they will not be allowed to get inside the CGO complex because of security concerns. But then we do see police people who are manning the gates. They are there. At the same time, the protesters are slowly walking towards the CGO complex for their protest demonstration. We have seen their protest on the streets. We have seen their protest outside CGO complex. We have seen their protest march to Lal Bazaar, which is Kolkata Police Headquarters. We have seen their meetings with the Chief Minister. We've seen their meetings with the Chief Secretary. But most importantly, we have seen them outside Shastra Bhavan for 9 days. And today is the 9th day, when after 9 days of sit-in demonstration, they have decided to end their cease work and go back to their respective medical colleges and hospitals, and in a graded manner start with the essential services, the emergency services, owing to the flood situation, as they say. And at the same time, given the fact that there is a substantial aspect of the health facility that depends on our junior doctors, many people have been appealing to them, urging upon them that go back to work and help people. At the same time, the protest can continue because all are united in the same fight. So now the junior doctors have decided that their protest would continue and their fight would continue. At the same time, the protest would be protest inside medical colleges would also happen, and their work would also happen. So at this juncture, if I can just give you a quick sense. Over here, there is a massive bandobast that you see. Police people, security people have taken their position. This is Government of India CGO complex. Inside, you have the CBI office. The gates are all locked because nobody would be allowed to go inside. But then at this juncture, the people out here, they simply want to register their fight, their protest, and they also want to do it outside the CBA office because they want to ensure that the fight for justice is the fight for justice the fight for justice is not wading out. There are elderly people. I wish I could speak to her. I will try and make an effort to speak to her. She was holding a bouquet and she was just waiting. And even she wants to be part of this protest rally, and she is part of the protest rally. And over the past 42 days, have seen time and again as how elderly people too, starting with 14th of August till now, every now and then you've only seen elderly people come out on the street. Somebody could barely walk, but then have yet taken to the street because they are saying this is just not limited to one generation. They being the senior ones, they also need to show their support. They need to share their strength, whatever it is, how little it is, with the people who are actually on the ground and trying to take this fight forward. At this juncture, all the protesters will be slowly coming towards this side, and this is the CBI office. This is the CGO complex, and I do see there are people who have come down. There are young people who have come down, mostly wearing the badge. We want justice, and they're also trying to ensure that their voices are heard, their presence is felt. Excuse me, I'm so sorry to bother you. I've spoken to you before. We are live on the broadcast. Since day one, you all been wearing this badge. We want justice. Maybe the color from black, it has now become yellow. Outside CBI office, what's that one thing that you would want to say?
From the first day we have wanted justice until now we are wanting that only. For that only we have come here, as the case is now for CBI. It's in the hand of CBI. So
Any appeal to the Supreme Court? Have you been following what's happening in Supreme
yeah,
Court?
of course we have been following what's happening in Supreme Court, and we just want to hasten the process so that the culprits are identified as soon as possible.
Okay, she's wearing a yellow badge, he's wearing a black badge, and I think I've seen this first. And later on, the yellow badges have also come. And please understand, this is not a badge of honor. This is a badge of shame if somebody has to wear this and come out on the street for a cause like this, seeking justice for somebody who has been maimed through a crime as heinous as this. Sir, what's your name? I've been seeing you from day one. You all have been on the street. Today, when you come here, stand outside the CBI office. What is that one thing that you want to say to the people of this country?
This revolution, this struggle is not the struggle for Indian doctors only. It is for all the people of the common people. We want only one thing from the government: justice for Abhay. And this is the one thing we are struggling for. Can our Avasthan is just
All right, sorry for the technical glitch. I do have another doctor. Sir, I forgot your name. I have been speaking to hundreds and hundreds of them from day one. What's your name, doctor?
Dr. Anushtup Mukherjee.
Dr. Anushtup, Dr. Mukherjee, from day one I've been seeing you all, and now you have all decided to end your siege work and in a graded manner get back to work, handle the emergency essential services. So is it like your protest site is only shifting and the protest would continue?
So we have always said that siege work is a form of protest, but it is not equivalent to the protest. So the protests which were based on our 5-point demands, some of the demand for justice, which is everybody's demand right now, currently in the country. So that demand that lies entirely on the hands of CBI and the Supreme Court. Last time when we went for Shastra Bhavan for demonstration, first time when we went, our rally started from CGO complex to Shastra Bhavan. This time we are doing it reverse. From the Shastra Bhavan, we are coming to CGO complex. We just want to give a gentle reminder to CBI that 42 days have passed since the incident, and the justice is still not meted out. The actual culprits are still roaming about, and so this deep-rooted conspiracy that we suspect was there beneath the incident, behind the incident. So that has to come out in the open. That has to be revealed. For that, we are demanding that justice be meted out soon, and that is why a gentle reminder to CBI via this rally. Vis-a-vis, in this way, we also want to say that some of our demands of safety security in the form of infrastructure, CCTV, panic buttons, a directive has come from Nabanno yesterday from the state secretary, from the chief secretary. So we keep faith on the government that those which is written in the order be implemented soon. And keeping that faith, we are joining partially in the, since our demands have been fulfilled partially, since we partially feel that some sort of good sense has prevailed, we are returning partially to the services. Having said that, it is not at all the entire all the demands are fulfilled. It is not the entire story. We do feel there is still a long way to go, because some of the demands do require some time for implementation. Our demand for eradication of threat culture from every colleges, that has absolutely not been touched yet. So we are keeping a close eye on how the demands are being getting fulfilled. We have always said that our protest would continue, and if our demands are not fulfilled, then maybe in a near future we may again resume a larger form of protest.
Dr. Mukherjee, now that in a reverse manner from Shastru Bhavan come and in a way conclude your these 9 days of siege work and of course protest demonstration, is it also a subtle messaging to CBI that if there is investigation as per your all fears not going in the right track, then in order to build pressure on CBI, you can also demonstrate against them? Is that the subtle messaging you are doing?
No, it's we have always told that our protest is not against any institution. It is not against the state government. It is not against anybody. It is all that we are demanding things from them. We believe we have always kept faith in all the institutions that are involved in meting out all the five demands that we have kept. We have met the Honorable Chief Minister. We have asked her to do certain things the way state government could have done. They have done certain things, definitely, and we are happy for that. We are also, it's a demand, it's we are all keeping faith in the way CBI is doing, because we all know that last Saturday Shondeep Ghosh and Tala Thana they were all arrested, and we believe that we have the rumors are saying that it is being circulated in the print media that many other suspected are being continuously investigated, interrogated by CBI. We have also come to know from the Honorable Supreme Court that the report that they have given to the Supreme Court is also very disturbing. What does that mean? That means
We don't know.
we don't know. What does that mean? That means many greater things are remaining to be revealed. In that aspect, we believe that yes, justice is a long way to go. But having said that, we want to say that even if it is a long path, that should be done swiftly, because the incident that has happened is a barbaric one. It is one of its kind in the entire world, and hence the entire world has come to a standstill for protesting. From that point of view, we are just demanding fast tracking of the entire investigation and nothing else.
Dr. Mukherjee, after you all started your protest on 9th of August, today is day 42. We have seen a lot happening in these 42 days. Some have taken out law violation programs, some have taken out political rallies, some have also made allegations that there could be a subtle support of political force behind you all. Would you still maintain after 42 days that you are still apolitical and you have all throughout remained apolitical?
See, I hope everybody agrees. Even I can say this on camera, even off camera as well. There is nothing opaque in our whatever we are doing. Everybody agrees to the fact that there is a huge public support in this. There has been a huge public support in this movement, And what are the reasons that these the reasons behind this support? Number one, the issue itself. It is so sensitive an incident, an issue that has touched everybody. Number two is the apolitical nature of this movement. Number three is the non-violent nature of this movement. Everywhere we have gone for demonstration, everywhere we have gone for deputation, wherever we were obstructed, we just sat there, we just kept waiting for the good sense to prevail. And we believe that this is actually the way to protest, because the issue is such, we are not seasoned protesters. We don't have any political affiliation. We don't have any political motive. All the 5 demands that we have kept are all intricately related to justice for Abhaya. Now, first 3 demands are related to the incident itself. The next 2, 4 and 5 are related to the fact, so that Abhaya 2.0 doesn't happen in future. So on the basis of that, we have always said the moment all our 5 demands are fulfilled, we will stop our protest, because we are not seasoned protesters. We believe we have come to the streets only to seek justice and nothing else. On this note, if you ask questions regarding fatigue, the way we work in hospitals, some of them has asked this from the media, asked this question during the Lakh Bazar Abhiyan, that 20 hours passed, how will you said that 20 hours is the line duty. So we anything, any form of fatigue doesn't come in our way. Neither is it physical nor is it mental, because we have got certain victories on our way during this. So there are many victories in this entire, but the achievements, if you
So the doctors, the protesting doctors, they have stopped before the lane which leads up to the CGO complex where the CBI office is. So over here, the protesting doctors who were there helming the movement by West Bengal Junior Doctors Front, they are thanking the masses. They're thanking the masses for coming here, for coming here, and they are saying that their protest is going to continue, their movement is going to continue, it's only going to get stronger with each passing day.
So now, from here, you all would be going back to your homes and then again resume duty from tomorrow onwards?
So it's not exactly home, it is our hospital. Yes, you can call it our second homes. Yes, you can definitely call that home. It is always, we have always felt homely there. So until and unless this incident happened. So yes, we'll be going back to our hospitals, we'll going back to our individual protest sites and in our hospitals. Yeah, we'll be talking to our departments regarding how we'll be joining duties in which form, a roster form, on whatever we'll be talking. Each department would be on a different note. But yes, we'll be resuming the emergency services mostly, and we'll be keeping an eye on how our remaining parts of the demands, or the demand on eradication of threat culture, how are those fulfilled, how the state government takes action, the way we have spoken to the chief secretary, the way we have placed demands. So we'll see to that, and we'll organize for bigger protests if it is needed.
Also, Dr. Mukherjee, I'm so sorry. Dr. Mukherjee, I need to ask you this question, and this could be slightly critical, okay? And whenever I've asked this question to doctors, they have not really appreciated that much. But I'm sure you would be appreciating free speech and respond to this. Dr. Mukherjee, I have been to several hospitals, okay? In this entire course of C's work for the past 42 days, there have been poor people who have actually suffered. Now, you all might say that senior doctors are covering for you all, but do you really think that is a very logical argument? Because if they can cover in entirety for you all, then you all would be not needed. Of course, your absence has created a vacuum, and that had impacted poor people who had been seeking medical help from government hospitals. There is a sense in poor people, when I've spoken to them in the past couple of reports, they said, I wish doctors had involved us too in this fight. While they are fighting for justice, isn't this injustice to us?
No. So in this, I'll obviously appreciate this question of yours. I'll have no doubt in that. What I'll say is that we have now that even if the partial fulfillment of demands have happened, now with that we are returning to work, even in the emergency services, is because of this. Yes, 42 days have passed, but I just want to tell you one thing to via your media, to everybody who has spoken to you, all the poor people or the patients we are talking about, they have contacted us even. It is not that we have spoken to you, they have contacted us. Some of them do have our contact numbers as well. See, the fact is, if you ask any of the female colleague who is us with us currently in the protest rally, those who are going continuing seize work, if you do a survey, let's just say at a hypothetical survey, and ask their parents how do they feel of their daughters returning to work in the night duties, you'll be extremely shattered to know that they have decided, some of them have decided to stay awake the entire night calling their daughters every 1 hour whether they're okay or not. So our form of siege work was only we didn't we refrained
I
from
get the
working.
point. You wanted to shake up the system.
No, 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 no.
You all see. You all have taken it on you all to make it a
Let me
safer
complete
place.
this.
Sorry.
So let me complete. So basically, our protest, our form of protest in the form of siege work was not to shake the system, because we do feel insecure. This is the I should say the footnote of the entire story. I can tell you the way this threat culture has happened over the medical colleges. How can you assure me of, if I go back to work without eradication of the same, that these vindictive people won't just come and let us suffer when we return to work without finding that solution, without finding the solution proper for proper CCTV surveillance, for proper police personnel, for proper restroom. You have gone to hospitals. I would also request you, please go to the hospital, go to the wards and go to our restrooms. There are restrooms where there are only 2 beds and 4 people have to sleep. One of them is a female, 3 of them are males. So we are forced to work under such bad conditions for many decades now, that we are actually pushed back, our backs are pushed to the wall. So after that, when culmination of all these happened out in the form of a heinous incident like this, we had got no other choice but to protest, so that we get our basic demands of safety, security. We do appreciate the people have suffered because of us. Yes, we know that. And that is why we were always demanding from the very end. And we don't feel that a CCTV installation or an initiative to eradicate threat culture would require 42 days for the authority. If any authority has good sense, it ought to have been done within the first 5 or 6 or 7 days. A directive that has come yesterday after the Supreme Court has asked the state government to do the same. Why would it require a Supreme Court directive to give that order?
But fairness. That whether the work has started or not.
Yes, absolutely. We have gone there. In RGCOD, yes, some work has started, but in other medical colleges and hospitals, it hasn't. Number one, hasn't yet. 10 days back, before we came back, we came here to Shastro Bhavan. Number two is we have always felt that the security measures are not adequate. We feel that our safety in the form of these goons roaming around in the hospital campus night, action, disciplinary action against them is actually the solution of this. Until and unless you destroy the mentality that yes, threat culture can be promoted, you destroy the mentality that yes, such a heinous incident can be done and still you won't be arrested or get caught. Until this mentality is being dealt with by the authority, hospital authority, by the police, by the state government, even if you install CCTV cameras, if goons are going about in
The protest rally is currently, staged or standing at a lane leading towards the CGO complex, which houses the Office of the Central Bureau of Investigation, which is the CBI. So what has happened is we can see that there are many people who are gathered over here, and they're saying that the movement is not over. The movement is far from over. With each passing day, this movement is going to become stronger and stronger till justice has been, received. So this is, you can see that the doctors, they are all pushed up on vehicles, and they are currently trying to address the masses that have gathered right behind over there. So he categorically said that although our cease work is getting over partially, and although what is happening is unfortunate, and we are withdrawing our cease work too. But then again, at the same time, our protest is going to continue. Our protest is only going to get stronger with each passing day, and it is going to become, it is going to become stronger, all demanding justice. The demand for justice is only going to continue and keep getting louder and louder. That has been mentioned. So there are doctors who have come over here, and not just from Arjikar Medical Colleges and Hospital, but from all medical colleges and hospitals all across the state of Bengal. So there are representatives of West Bengal Junior Doctors Front who have gathered over here. Who have all come here with one simple demand, which is for justice. Irrespective of their age, irrespective of physical impediments, they are here. They have all come here seeking justice. Now, many doctors have come over here, and we've spoken to many of them also. They are saying that it is very difficult to ensure treatment, it is very difficult to ensure service at a time when we ourselves, the ones who are treating the patients, the healing hands, they themselves do not feel safe. So, we will also try and connect with some doctors. They have all come here with their demands, and they have come over here all seeking justice. And we'll just try and talk to some people over here. And ma'am, I saw যে আপনি শুরু থেকেই আছেন মিছিলে, আপনাকে স্বাস্থ্য ভবনের মিছিলটাতে ওখানে যখন গিয়েছিলাম আপনাকে দেখেছিলাম, আপনি স্লোগান দিচ্ছিলেন জাস্টিস চাই। আজকে 42 ডেজ হয়ে গেছে, আপনারা আজকে সিবিআই এর কাছে অ্যাকাউন্টেবিলিটি চাইতে এসেছেন। এরপরে আপনাদের মুভমেন্টটার কি ভবিষ্যৎ?
আমরা আগেও বলেছি, যেহেতু 42 দিন পেরিয়ে গেছে এবং যেহেতু কিছু জায়গায় নেগেটিভ পাবলিসিটি চলছে, যে ডাক্তাররা মানে মানুষের টাকায় ফুর্তি করে বেড়াচ্ছে, চড়ুইভাতি করে বেড়াচ্ছে, কিন্তু আমরা সার্ভিস দিচ্ছি না, কিন্তু এটা তো একদমই সত্যি নয়। সিনিয়র ডাক্তাররা সার্ভিস দিয়েছে এবং জুনিয়র ডাক্তাররা আন্দোলনরত থেকেছে শুধুমাত্র জাস্টিস পাওয়ার উদ্দেশ্যে। কিন্তু আমরা যেহেতু আমাদের আংশিক জয় হয়েছে, হ্যাঁ
So, is there any way, is it possible that the vacuum
দেখুন, ভ্যাকিউম ক্রিয়েটেড হওয়া আর সার্ভিস না পাওয়ার মধ্যে কিন্তু আকাশ পাতাল তফাৎ। জুনিয়র ডাক্তাররা ডেফিনেটলি সার্ভিস দেয় হসপিটালে, সেটার জন্য একটা মানে সিনিয়র ডাক্তারদের ডিউটির আওয়াজটা কম থাকে, কিন্তু এই ক্ষেত্রে সিনিয়র ডাক্তাররা ওই জায়গাটাকে মেকআপ করছেন। তাদেরকে ওভার টাইম খাটতে হচ্ছে, তাদেরকে বেশি টাইম খাটতে হচ্ছে, কিন্তু তারা কিন্তু কোনো জায়গায় ফাঁক রাখছেন না। মানে যেটা বারবার করে বিভিন্ন নিউ মিডিয়া চ্যানেলসে বা বিভিন্ন সোশ্যাল মিডিয়াতে দেখানো হচ্ছে যে মানুষের না চিকিৎসা পেয়ে মারা যাচ্ছে, এটা একদম ফলস নিউজ। কারণ চিকিৎসা সবাই পাচ্ছে, কারণ সিনিয়র ডাক্তাররা ট্রিটমেন্ট করছে এবং জুনিয়র ডাক্তাররা আন্দোলনরত আছে। আর এখন যেটা আপনি জিজ্ঞেস করলেন ভবিষ্যৎ কি, আমরা আংশিকভাবে ফিরে যাচ্ছি, আংশিকভাবে কর্মবিরতি তুলে নিচ্ছি। আমরা এমার্জেন্সি যে সব পরিষেবা সেগুলোতে ফিরে যাচ্ছি এবং আজকে যেরকম আমরা সিজিও কমপ্লেক্স ঘেরাও করেছি, কালকে থেকে আমরা ইভেন আজকে থেকেই বন্যা পরিত্রাণ, আমরা যে জায়গাগুলো বন্যা এফেক্টেড যে জায়গাগুলো আছে সেখানে আমাদের টিম পৌঁছে গেছে, সেখানে অভয়া ক্লিনিক হচ্ছে, সেখানে ফ্রিতে মেডিসিন দেওয়া, এমনকি আমরা এই রিলিফ ক্যাম্পগুলো অর্গানাইজ করছি যেখানে আরো সামগ্রী দেওয়া হবে, তো এগুলো আমরা অর্গানাইজ করছি। আর কালকে থেকেও আরো বেশি ভাবে আমরা এই বন্যা এফেক্টেড এরিয়াসগুলোতে কাজ করতে পারবো। আর 7 দিন আমরা সময় দিচ্ছি, আমাদের যেই দাবিগুলো ছিল সম্পূর্ণভাবে সেগুলো যদি না মানা হয় এবং আমরা যদি দেখি তার তরফে কোনো রকম অগ্রগতি নেই, তাহলে আমরা আরো তীব্রতর আন্দোলন নিয়ে ফিরে আসবো।
So you see that the junior doctors have said, and they are saying that as a part of their protest from tomorrow onwards, they are going to partially kind of resume their work. At the same time, they are going to continue with protests in the campus of the various medical colleges and hospitals all across West Bengal. In addition to that, they have made relief teams under the helm under the helm of Abhaya Clinic, and they are going out and they are going to go to the flood affected areas and treat the people who have severely suffered, the nature's vagaries, and treat them as a part of their ongoing protest, saying that treatment is continuing and they are there serving the people. But then at the same time, their demand for justice is only going to continue to get louder with every passing day. Passing it on to my colleague Tamal, who's in front of the CGO complex.
So thank you, Titash. And obviously, we are still outside the CBI office, and I do see some of the junior doctors who were protesting, and they have come to the gate of. Let's go to the visual, please. And from the crowd, okay, I do see the junior doctors have come down to meet with the elderly woman who had come down with a bouquet of flowers for the junior doctor. Somebody has kindly arranged for a chair for her, and she is seated. While she is seated, the junior doctors are trying to connect with her, speak with her, and obviously, share thoughts, because this had been a very long fight, and the fight is far from over. And there you see the elderly woman has slowly gotten up, and she too is walking with the junior doctors. So yes, they're all raising the slogan, "We want justice," a slogan which has in a way filled in the air uh, in the city and of course across the state. Uh, you know, in any other year, this time of the year would be a countdown to Durga Pujo. Well, Durga Pujo is just round the corner, could be about 20 days away. People have actually uh, stopped counting days waiting for Durga Pujo. Rather, people have only and only counted number of days without justice. In fact, I'd heard this statement from one of the protesters who had come out on one of the rallies, and that one statement has stayed with me. And today, when I cover on the 42nd day of protest rally yet again from Shastro Bhavan to CBI office here in Salt Lake, Bidhan Nagar, which was spearheaded by junior doctors, joined by many people from different walks of life, all unequivocally saying that this fight is not getting over, not anytime soon, not now for sure. And thus, as they come down here with the message that people should not forget what has happened to the junior doctor of Arjikar Medical College and Hospital, that the fight will continue till justice is being done, even though they know deep down inside that she will not come back to our family. The family will never get to see her ever again. But like everybody believes that maybe punishment to the accused, whether one or many, can only and only serve as a deterrent for others from committing such a heinous crime. While one family has lost one of their, one of their loved ones, while friends have lost one of their friends, while we have lost a doctor and the nation has lost a daughter, this fight is only trying to speak out loud and clear that we are not here to risk more people at the hands of predators who could be out in the open, roaming freely in the garb of a civilized society, but could be a potential rapist. And that's why the people, by joining this fight, have tried giving out that message that do not test the strength of people, because it's the strength of the people that actually shape a country. Unfortunately, at this point in time, our world, we are cohabitating along with rapists. That's unfortunate. This fight is trying to ensure that they can be kept at bay and such crimes do not happen ever again. Reporting from outside the CBI office where the case is currently on, 42 days have passed by since the tragic incident, been over 35 days they are investigating. CBI maintains there could be a larger conspiracy that they are investigating, they are probing, and we only hope and pray the truth comes out sooner, the better. We wind up this live broadcast, but take our words in writing. Write it here. We are not giving up on this story. We are not giving up on this issue. And you will see to the end of this very Arjikor battle. it is not limited to Arjikor alone. We will see an end to this battle of one and all, of yours, of mine, of one and all, Titashes, Shumons, Ronnies, Orkos, everyone out on the street. We're only trying to make this world a better one without the rapist. For now, we want to thank all our viewers connecting with us, for having trusted us, for watching the live broadcast. As I said, know for sure, this journey would continue. For now, we thank you all. Good night and take care.